Let's contemplate some important questions, shall we? Ginger or Marianne? Ellie Mae Clampett or Marsha Brady? Jill Monroe or Daisy Duke? Yeah, if you're a Ginger, Marsha, and Jill guy, you probably want to carry a knife like this every day, wouldn't you? But if you, like me, are more of a Marianne, Ellie Mae, Daisy Duke kind of guy, you might prefer something like this. And that's what we're going to talk about. Stick with me, guys. Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 13 January 2015. And yeah, tonight we're going to talk about this little beauty, rustic and rugged though it is. It's still a beauty. And it is the Great Eastern Cutlery number 99, 21, 14, OD green, linen micarta, Farmer Lock, part of the Great Eastern Cutlery Farm and Field tool line. Neither Northfield nor GEC nor Tidiute, but Farm and Field. What was it? Early last year, GEC did a run of the number 71 sodbuster, the bullnose sodbuster. Several flavors of micarta and some Delrin knives. That was a big hit for Great Eastern Cutlery. Had that nice drop point blade, and you've seen mine in green canvas micarta. This blade released later in the year, 2014, is the number 99 Farmer Lock. Yeah, it's a lockback traditional. Not a drop point, but a very broad spear point, kind of like a big Swiss Army knife blade. This one with a lot of my fingerprints on it. Better get rid of those. So what do we have here? Well, we've got a handle 3 3/4 inches long with a blade 3 1/16 inches long. Overall length 6 13/16. Blade thickness 3/32 of an inch. Handle thickness a robust hand filling 9/16 of an inch, and that is by design. It is a robust hand filling knife for robust hand chores. The weight only a svelte 2.4 ounces. The construction is 1095 steel blade, steel liners, brass pin, brass lanyard tube, steel rivet, and gorgeous green linen micarta covers. Just look at those jewel-like shimmering linen micarta covers. Aren't they gorgeous? Now this knife, guys, has been out for a little bit, and unlike many recent GEC patterns, it's not sold out. I think prices are in the mid-60s, and go to your favorite traditional knife purveyor online and you can still find them in, I think, a variety of cover materials, which is kind of cool. They've been out for several months, maybe 4 months or so as of the airing of this video. Blade finish on this particular knife, you'll notice there's a little bit of ghost patina, and if the light will catch it just right, you can see the old Farm and Field laser etching. But this knife belongs to my buddy Campfiretalk, and it after having been used for a steak knife for most of the holiday season, he sent it in to get sharpened. And because 1095 will develop a pretty quick patina when exposed to foods and food acids, Camp sort of polished off the factory satin finish. You can just sort of see it underneath that bright polished finish. Not really a mirror polish by Campfiretalk, just wanted to get rid of some of the staining. But you can still see it. Like most Great Eastern cutlery knives, they grind them very thinly behind the edge. If you look at my edge bevel, which is 18 degrees per side all the way to the edge, nice and skinny. So what does that mean for slicing ability? That's what it means. They're just wicked slicers. I mean wicked. Do the old Murray Carter test on them, and man. And with that nice broad spear point blade, the main bevel is so gradual, it just goes through food like butter. And it's a lockback, so it won't close on your hand. And what's kind of cool about that is, because it is a locking knife, they can make the pull just like nothing. You know, on our traditional knife 1 to 10 pull scale, this knife's a 2 or a 3. You just could never make a knife this secure with such a light pull in a slip joint, which just makes this one a joy to use. You know, the lockback is in a traditional placement, which is okay for a traditional. You know, you're not really looking for quick deployment and quick closing. You're just looking for ease of use. I mean, the knife just is so usable in so many grips. Saber grip is great. Pinch grip is great. Draw cut in this direction really nice. You know, thumb in choil, not the best, but not bad. The hammer grip, so secure if you're doing heavy whittling. Just a great working knife. I'm kind of surprised these aren't getting more love on the websites. They do have just, you know, that tiny bit of characteristic GEC lockback play. This one, not so much up and down, although there is just a minuscule amount. A little more side to side in this knife. But, you know, it's not to a degree that makes the knife feel less than secure. Quite the contrary, it feels extremely secure. And how's it built? Let's see. Let's look at our fit and finish. With the knife locked up, our back spring, our lock bar is nice and flush with the liners. There is a little bit of a step from blade tang to frame, which is okay, just the design of the knife. When it's closed, lock bar's dead flush. Really nice transitions all around the knife. The butt of the lock bar is just a tiny bit proud. You probably can't see it, but you can feel it. The back of the lock bar, how is it mated? Let's see. That gap isn't quite straight across, but boy, it's pretty darn close. And then on the butt of the knife, all the transitions are excellent. Let's take a look at how symmetrical the radiusing is on these linen micarta covers. It's pretty awesome. Notice the flats next to the liners are really straight and consistent down the whole length of the knife. The radiuses are great. Notice that rivet is just a little blade side of center in the handle. Not really a mistake, just the way the knife is made. Let's take a look in our blade well. What kind of level of finish do we have? It's hard to see in there, but doesn't look like any finish grinding is done on the back spring. You know, definitely not finished to a level of $100 GEC. And we'll take a look at the end of our back spring, and not quite straight across, is it? But all in all, for a mid-$60s traditional working man's knife. It's really good. Blade centering, perfection. What a great little user. If you like the Sodbuster, you'll probably like this knife. I am not as much of a spear point fan as I am a drop point fan, and I don't mind the pretty heavy back spring on my Sodbuster, but this would be a nice alternative. More secure lock, smoother, lighter action. But still with great retention, great walk and talk. Pretty doggone cool. And did I mention how beautiful that linen micarta is? Looking good, Ellie Mae. Just thought I'd show you that. She's on her way back to Tennessee. And for you Western U.S. guys, just thought I'd mention this since the knife's going home to Tennessee, just so you know. Yes, God did make the Rocky Mountains. But he made the Smokies too, and he lives in Tennessee. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember the word, and Campfire Talk's Farmer Lock are sharp.